Okay, in this video, we are going to go into our beginner campaign one more time, and we're going to look at forms. Forms and landing pages are generally the same thing. They're very, very, very similar. We might go into some landing pages in this particular section. If not, I can always add this later on in one of the later courses. But as far as this particular course, we are going to go into the forms. All right, so we're in this we're in our beginner campaign. If you remember, we set up a form that goes to this basic sequence here that applies a tag. It applies this. We just put this Academy membership tag that I use to kind of signal that that's the base membership of this our Online Empire Academy, and then an email, and then wait 3 days after that. Now, that might not seem like that's that big of a deal, but trust me, it is going to be awesome when we get done with this. So, let's start with some forms. All right, so once this loads up, once this pops up, you're going to see that right now it's only collecting first name and email. The cool thing about these forms is you can put these forms pretty much anywhere on your site. You can put them anywhere as long as you can put some HTML or JavaScript on your site. So I have these all over the Online Empire Academy going, and what I'll do is I'll put them in certain courses where I'm collecting data, things like that. So in fact, I'll show you some of those later on, but let's get into this right now. All right, so what we're going to do is let's pretend we are a real estate agent. What would a real estate agent want when they're collecting leads from their website? Well, first off, let's get rid of this first name right here. First off, they're going to want a name, right? So I'm going to go to this field snippets area over here. You have snippets, and then you have field snippets. So snippets are like your paragraphs, any images, spacers, things like that. Field snippets are something completely different. This is actually using your contact fields. So we're going to use the name field. And we're going to put this in here. And when this pops up, it's going to ask for some specific things. Depending on what I check, like title, I'm going to put title. I'll do last name, and I won't put suffix, and I'll put required on. Depending on what I check will depend on what's actually shown here. Now you can change the labels on any of this. So instead of saying first name, you could say first awesome name or whatever you want to do. But that's the way it's going to show right here, and this is going to collect their title, their first name and last name, and then we have their email. So what other things are needed for a real estate agent? Well, we need phone numbers, right? So let's put a phone number spot right here. And rather than saying phone 1, we will say best number, or let's say best phone number. We'll make that required. And then lastly, if we're a real estate agent, we probably want to know when someone's going to buy their house, right? Or sell their house. In fact, what we can do is we're going to do 2 of them. We're going to say something like, are you buying, selling? Let's say buying and selling. And we're going to add a tag here. So one thing, I don't know if you noticed, is, and we'll go like that, you'll see this little tag icon here. That means we can apply a tag when someone chooses this. So if we say buying, we can say demo real estate lead is buying. And you can put it however you want. I'm going to actually copy this right here. Create. I'm going to click create. That actually created a tag, that brand new one. And done. And you'll notice if we were going to type in our tag, you can see other tags that will pop up when they're actually created. So I'm going to actually do this right here. So this one is selling. We'll create a selling tag and create. So if they choose selling, they will be tagged as someone who is selling their property. If they're choosing buying, they're going to be tagged as someone who's buying. Very, very important to know, yeah, as a real estate agent. All right, so let's add one more radio button. And we will label this how long till you buy or sell. And we'll say 0 to 3 months, and we'll do 3 to 6 months. And then we're going to add another field here, another option, by clicking this add button right here. And then we are going to go ahead and do 6. We can just say 6+ months. Okay, so now let's do some more demo here. We'll do demo real, and you'll see that our other ones are actually coming. Other tags that we created are popping up. Demo real estate, lead, selling. Let's just do 0 to 3 months. I'm going to copy this again so I can create it quickly. We'll do that there, and this one, we'll say 3 to 6 months. And lastly, say over 6 months. And we'll create those. Done, done, and done. Click Save. All right, so now we have our form. Looks pretty awesome. What we can do now is once someone submits this, we can have it go to one of two places. We can have it go to a thank you page that's on the Infusionsoft platform, and this is what it looks like down here. And this is great if you don't want people to go to a specific page on your site. This little checkbox, if you're using the JavaScript code, which we'll talk about in just a second, will, if you have it to where it says redirect to thank you page, it will actually move their browser to this thank you page right here. If you do this, it will stay on the same page, and there would just be like a little screen that says, hey, thanks for filling out our form, and so on. And this little thing you can change if you wanted to. I can take that out. I can change this if I wanted to, so on and so forth. Or what you can do is have them get redirected to your site. So right now I have http yoursite.com /thank you. And this could be, say, this could even be like theonlineempireacademy.com, one of my sites. And right here, it says pass contacts information to the thank you page. Really cool thing is, if you want their information to go to your thank you page, you have to have some special code over there, or be using the JavaScript code that you were going to talk about in just a second, and you can actually pass their Infusionsoft information over to the next page, which is really cool. So for example, one way you could do this is say that we have our beginning sign up form here, but we also want to collect some more information. Maybe we want to collect like what their favorite color of house is, or what they're looking for as far as sizes of houses, square footage, and things like that. We can actually have on the thank you page, once they fill this out, it pass all of this information into some hidden fields, and then just present another form that says favorite house color, your family size, things like that. So you're not hitting them all at once with a bunch of questions, turning them off. You have some quick questions up front, and then you can start hitting them later on throughout your different pages, which is super powerful. Lastly, second to last, we can auto-populate the form with Infusionsoft contacts. This happens when they come from an Infusionsoft email. You can click that. That works when it's JavaScript, when we use the JavaScript code, which we'll talk about in just a second. Duplicate checking, I usually use the person's email address to check if it's a duplicate, and then a notification email, and you can actually change the subject line. I just said demo web form was filled out. And then here is the code. Here are the different codes that you can use to actually put on your website. So this one is the JavaScript snippet. The cool thing about the JavaScript snippet is that if you use this, anything that you change on your form later on will automatically be reflected if you use this on your website. If you use the HTML code, you will have to go and re-input this code on your site. The other really cool thing is if you use the JavaScript snippet, you can easily pass information. If you use the HTML code stuff, you have to actually do some little special tricks to pass the information, to pass contact information by clicking this this little option there. Okay. All right. So once you've done all of this, once you've taken your JavaScript code or your HTML code and you put it on your site, you have to go back to your campaign and hit publish. So we're going to publish this. And once it's published, it will actually show up wherever you put your form. I'm just going to show you a preview of what our form looks like. And then in the next lesson, we're going to actually use it, and you're going to see some really cool things that happen. So this is a preview, and you can actually see that it filled out all of my information for me by going to this particular form because I had it pass information. The only thing it didn't do was Mr. right there because I didn't have that set on my thing. But here you go. Really cool. Our form is all done. Super easy, yeah? Now, I'm going to show you the power of just one form and the different actions that you can use with it. All right, we'll be talking about that in the next lesson.